Okay, we're going to see a killer bug in Robotics Studio. So first of all, we're going to get a generic differential drive. And then we're going to get a desktop joystick. And we're going to create an activity in between them to convert the values. Okay, extremely basic scenario here. So we have update axes, and in this activity now, we're going to create a couple inputs of type float. We'll call that one X. And we'll add another one. And we'll call that one Y. And then we'll want a couple of output values. Call this one right wheel power. Make it a float. And we'll add left wheel power. Sure, it's a float. Okay, now we'll add a couple little dummy calculations here. We'll just make this one X. And make the other one Y. Okay, now we'll do a join. Notice this strange behavior when you add a join that way rather than dragging it on. It adds this extra one you probably didn't want. But anyways, that's just a bit of polish, not really a bug. Now, here we will call this one left wheel power, and this one right wheel power. And what we're trying to do here, we'll just connect it up. Notice first of all that left wheel power and right wheel power don't appear right there in the menu. But if I click edit values directly and click in here, they do appear here. And I'm not sure what the difference between left wheel power here and doing value dot left wheel power is. I'm assuming there's not really a difference. But there is a difference in the way it handles, as you'll see in a second here. Okay, so that's our basic diagram. We'll go ahead here and connect it up. Oops. Let me go back there. Okay. I was kind of expecting those values to appear automatically. To set drive power, okay, I'm just losing my mind. Okay, left wheel power, right wheel power. Great. And if we run that, it actually won't work because of our dummy values, but You get the idea. Okay, so now the bug. The bug is that this little checkbox here, edit values directly, does not save correctly. So what happens is if I save this, we'll just call it test, and then open something else, and then I go back and open it, you get an interesting situation here. Okay, edit values directly is no longer checked. You say big deal, right? Well, it actually can be a big deal in a couple different ways. First of all, if instead of writing value dot, I had just selected the ones that appear here, left wheel power, right wheel power, it'll actually work, the diagram will work, but then if I save that, open something else, then come back to it, I find out that it's null now. Okay, so I've lost my values. Now if I had actually run that before I clicked on this, it would have still showed the correct values until I click on this wire, and then all of a sudden it clears them out. Okay, so that's one reason it's a problem. That it all has to do with this little edit values directly button, check marks. So I lost my values there. Okay, so we'll say, hey, maybe it's because we didn't use value dot. But still, what's the big deal? Okay, so let's try that again. First of all, I wish I could select those values right here. They're not available. I have to click edit values directly and do value dot, left wheel power, value dot, right wheel power. Now here's the killer. What if I have special numbers here, times 0.2, divided by 2. A final processing that I'm doing on the values before returning them. I click OK. I run my program. Everything works fine. It's got these values here that convert it to the numbers I'm trying to do. Now the problem is that when I save this, if I run it right now, it's still all set up correctly, working. But if I open something else and I go back and I open this up again, we see there's an error. If I hover over this, you see that the values were actually saved. You can see divided by 2 times 0.2 right there on the wire. However, as soon as I click on it, I have null, and the check mark is gone for edit values directly. I don't know if that's a result of clicking or what, but if I wanted to say modify my value a little bit of one of them, I just lost all of them by clicking on the wire. And so that is the killer bug that I've been struggling with for a couple months, and hopefully we can get this resolved. Thank you.